Hey, and welcome to more Post to Post. Glad you're back. If you are new, please hit the subscribe button down below because we have lots of trivia videos already released on this channel. This is another one, and there'll be more in the future. So speaking of trivia, we are back here today to do a part 6 of Where Am I? So this is a series where I show you a picture, and you tell me where the heck we are, or where it was taken from.
And I'm the monkey here. It's really for you to play along at home.
Yes, play along.
I talk out loud, I give my thinking, and it's almost always wrong.
Well, not always, but there's only one that you didn't get any right in.
Yeah.
You've definitely gotten one or more in a few of these. So
sometimes I get lucky.
And the people at home have as well because they leave their comments down below and let us know how they did. And you can do that too. For this video, we would really appreciate that because we like to see how people do. So there's 10 photos here, or 10 locations. Your job to tell me where we are. We're at the part now of like part 6, and we really got here in part 4, but some of these countries you have seen before. Yes. Obviously not the same picture, but we're starting to see some repeat countries come into play here. So
understood.
The first 3, I think, we saw like a United States in the first one and a Canada in the second one. In part 3, you're like, okay, well that's not United States and Canada because that was in part 1 and 2. So wipe your memory.
All bets are off.
All bets are off.
It could be anywhere.
All right, you all set?
I am.
All right,
let's do this.
Number 1.
Excuse me.
By the way, my prediction for this episode is 2 out of 10.
Wow, that's a lot to live down to.
The last one to get 2 out of 10.
Yeah.
All right.
Whoa.
Number 1.
Very interesting.
Yeah, lots to look at here.
Lots to look at. Lots to look at. So we've got. Can you?
Yeah, where do you want?
Zoom in? Well, basically everywhere.
Basically everywhere.
So that's residential there, or is it warehouses? It
looks residential. It looks really worn down though. Yeah. It looks like it used to be residential, and now it's just parking for crates and stuff.
Yeah, but I see cranes. I see some industry in the distance. Wow. And there's a ship down in the lower left, I believe, at a dock. There we go.
Yes.
And that looks not too new. There's white things, white bales of something. Very, very Eastern Bloc looking trucks. And it looks like it's not a place that's overly aesthetically pleasing. It looks like a place where people work hard, probably live hard, probably don't get paid a lot, and likely don't live there unless they have to.
Okay.
On that basis, I'm going to say North Korea.
Oh, North Korea.
I don't know.
Boom. You just offended everyone in North Korea.
I'm so sorry.
Just joking. You didn't because they can't watch this. This is Russia.
Is it really?
Yeah, I thought you might get it because it's above, it's above the tree line. There's no trees whatsoever. So, but yeah, this is Russia. This is, I can't remember exactly where I took this from, but it's pretty north. Pretty northern Russia.
Really?
Yeah. Maybe I have it written down here.
Maybe you do. I'd like to know.
I don't. Darn.
I'd like to know. But it's definitely former communist or continuing communist country. Those trucks, are TED giveaways for, and I just figured North Korea because...
Why not?
Why not?
Number 2.
Okay. Oh, wow. How beautiful is that?
Yeah, I thought you'd like this one.
Beautiful countryside in the background. In the front, it looks... that looks almost like a factory as opposed to an apartment or whatever, but it could be either.
Maybe it used to be a factory that was converted into an apartment.
I'm thinking Alps, to have construction of buildings up that high. And you see, we seem to be high. We've got some snow in the shadows. We've got some interesting, coniferous trees up top with some more snow up there. I think we're close to the top of the mountains in altitude. So this could be Austria, Switzerland, a place like that. I think the construction lends itself to Europe. Could be France. Could be northern Italy in the Alps as well, the Italian Alps. Could be Andorra, maybe in the Pyrenees. I think I'm going to say Italy.
Italy. Have you ever been to Banff?
Yes.
Okay, this isn't Canada, but I was just wondering. I wanted to ask. It's not Italy either, but
okay.
It is. I thought that you're going to get this one right. It was the most obvious of all the ones in here. I think you were thinking a little bit too hard. It's Switzerland.
Well, I got the mountain range right.
That's the first thing you said was Switzerland. So, that helps. I think you're going to like this one
Okay.
a lot.
A lot. Ooh, I do like it a lot. Wow. So we've got oil tanks. We've got a big tugboat. We've got a interesting bridge. Can we zoom in on the car? It looks like a Volkswagen, but
Looks like a Honda.
it does look like a Honda, and it is a Honda. And they're driving on the right. Well, are they? Because that's actually, that whole bridge is going in one direction, isn't it?
Oh, tricky.
You tried to fool me.
Mm-hmm.
So we got a bit of industry. It's obviously a seaport because that's where these oil tanks get filled from offshore vessels that come in, and they usually tie up to one of these distant piers here and pump their oil and stuff inside. We got windmills, so we got alternative energy. That's a big tank there.
That is a big tank.
Big tank. Big tugboat.
Yeah.
That's a Honda. But that's a huge bridge because all that, there's obviously another bridge that looks just like it.
Yeah, there's at least 4 lanes on that one bridge.
Yeah.
So, and a bike path.
And a bike path. Those oil tanks are, like, honestly, this could be Queens, New York. With all that oil coming in, all that traffic, this could be the link between Queens and Yonkers or something. Could be almost anywhere, but the windmills, I think, are suggesting to me it's probably not New York. And obviously you don't see a skyline, but it would, if you had a skyline and it was New York, it would kind of be a giveaway.
It would. It's not. This isn't easy trivia.
Yeah. But I've been around, like, LaGuardia Airport and the approaches there, the approach to runway, I don't know if it's 13 or whichever, 11, whatever runway it is. Doesn't look too much different from that. There's like smokestacks and oil tanks and everything all over the place. And cars, all kinds of cars. Wow. No hints, eh? Hey.
I could give you a hint, but it's nothing that you haven't already figured out.
Okay.
You're dead set on it being dead set on it being the United States.
No, not at all. I mean, we could be talking. We could be talking Europe somewhere. It's very flat.
Could be Canada.
Could be Canada too, although I'm not thinking Canada. It's very flat. It could be Holland, for instance, or the Netherlands. There are more traditional windmills there, but I'm sure there's ones like that too. A lot of traffic could be. It's quite flat. They have large seaports, places like Rotterdam. But it could be New York. In certain angles, that could be New York, or up even on the Jersey coast. I don't know, man.
That's tough.
You got me. I'm going to say Belgium.
You're incorrect.
I'm not
This
surprised.
is the United States. So, what state is it?
Florida.
Florida.
I don't know. Louisiana.
No,
I
it's
don't
a place with not a lot of cars or people. Even though you see a lot of cars and people in there. It's kind of a trick question.
Yeah.
Because it's a small state. It's Rhode Island.
No. You know what?
But you're right there. I mean,
I was right there.
That whole section kind of looks the same.
Yeah, like if you look around Great Neck, Long Island,
Yeah.
and it comes around, basically you come around the corner, you got Connecticut and you got Rhode Island. It's all that same topography and the same geography.
Exactly. Right up along by
Yeah.
Boston there, and it's just
Yeah.
it all looks like that. So
So I still would have got it wrong, but I was initially in the right neighborhood.
basically,
Yeah.
basically got it right. But number 4.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Wow. Nice little monument, homemade monument there on the right.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Beautiful flowers mixed in with the rock. Pretty rough country there.
I can provide a hint if need be.
I think
But,
I would like that hint.
It might be too big of a hint
Okay.
at the moment. I'm going to let you
Sure.
process and think a little bit.
Okay. Interestingly, although it looks to be northern because of the scrub brush and very sparse vegetation, the flowers are struggling to get through. It's coastal. The clouds, however, don't. They have a more fair weather, summery look to them, as opposed to a colder climate kind of look.
So
to them.
instead of north, you're thinking south? South of the equator?
Maybe, but I'm not thinking tropical. I don't think we're in the tropical zone, but I don't think we're in Antarctica or anywhere either. Although if you told me this is Greenland, I would believe it. Probably very southern Greenland is close enough to the Gulf Stream. You might have terrain that looks like that, and skies that would look like that. Not all year round, but certainly on when the time is right. Iceland maybe, but Iceland's actually greener, and Greenland's actually icier.
Yeah.
They're not. They should be named the opposite, but there's lots of. Can we zoom in, like in the far distance there, and like the. So there are mountains way in the distance there, aren't there? For a long, long ways away.
I'm not sure if that's stitching. It does look to
There's
be.
a bit of stitching, but it looks like I see high terrain there in the deep
Yeah.
distance. Oh, there's a person sitting with a backpack on.
And down here as well.
Yeah. Wow.
You just saw that person now?
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. I'm going to say Greenland, looking south.
Okay, here's where I'm going to give you the hint.
Okay, go ahead.
That is not the ocean. That is a lake. Does that help you?
None.
I can provide 2 more hints.
Is that Lake Titicaca?
That is Lake Titicaca.
So we're talking Peru?
Yes, this is Peru.
Yeah.
The highest elevation lake in the world, I believe.
Wow. Well done.
Mm.
Well done.
Pretty cool spot. Looks awesome.
Yeah.
Number 5.
Ooh.
Karamia?
Yeah.
Karamia Cobal something.
Interesting palm tree.
Hmm.
If that's what it is. It probably isn't some sage or some other kind of tree. Agricultural. We've got fence posts to keep something in or something out. So there could be grazing animals there, maybe some sort of livestock. We're close to the ocean.
Mountains to the left, beach to the right.
Mountains to the left and beach to the right. And I just have the sense that we're driving south. I don't know that we are, but it just seems like we're driving south. And because it looks like those posts are casting a shadow to the right, which means the sun is to the left. The sun could be rising in the east, and this could be a nice day. And we could be going down the coast of Costa Rica, for instance, which would have coast on the left, mountains on the left and coast on the right, or Nicaragua or whatever. But you see that Karamia. Like that sounds almost Hawaiian or something.
It does, yeah.
I also get the sense we're heading east, but that would be impossible because the sun would not be north of us. Unless we were in the southern hemisphere, I guess.
Want a hint?
Yes.
You're traveling west to east.
That's what it feels like. Traveling west to east and the sun is north of us. Okay, that narrows it down. We're now in the southern hemisphere. Welcome to the southern hemisphere, ladies and gentlemen. We've got mountains dead ahead and to the left, and we've got coast to the east, or to the right. I don't think Australia has mountains like that, but New Zealand might. New Zealand.
New Zealand. Yeah.
No kidding.
Yeah, well done.
No kidding.
Yes.
The hint was very helpful. The west to east hint was key there.
Yes,
so.
yes.
Oh!
Well done.
Wow.
Number 6. I believe you're 1 for 5. This one's tough.
It looks tough.
But there's a lot of hints. I'll zoom in on the buildings if you'd like.
Okay.
Get a better feel of what's going on.
Okay. There's not a blade of grass in sight there, is there?
Not much.
Not a blade of grass in sight. Big radio tower on top of that hill. Huge tanker sitting there. Obviously providing much needed energy, I believe. That's probably an oil tanker, I would think. And they likely use a lot of energy there. What a forbidding, depressing looking place that is. But some interesting buildings. Can we zoom in again? Just do a little pan for me. Rocks.
A lot of rocks. No vegetation whatsoever.
None. But it doesn't look all that cold, but it's either no vegetation because it's a sea coastal desert, or it's got no vegetation because it's most of the time it's just so darn cold there, nothing grows. And I'm not sure which of the two that is. Those two larger apartment buildings, they have almost an Asian look to them, like you'd see in Hong Kong or Malaysia or somewhere like that. But clearly the terrain doesn't lend itself to that kind of geography. So I think we're talking again far north or far south.
This is a really tough one. It's probably the most difficult one in this video.
Oh, man.
I would honestly be shocked if you got this right.
It's a country.
Oh, it's a country.
It's a real country.
It's a real country. You've 100% heard of this country.
So it's not just some island protectorate or something.
No,
It's
this is a legitimate country.
legit country. You write in the United Nations and the whole thing.
Exactly.
All right. Well, I'm not going to drag things too much more. Put the viewers through torture. I'm going to...
What are you going between? You have a couple in your head?
Yeah. I have, like... Part of me tells me you're not going to give me a place like Spitsbergen or Nova Zemlya or something like that, just because it would be too far out.
I would not.
Yeah, so like that would be like an off-the-wall guess. But I just have to name the country.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I got to do.
Less than 10 letters. That doesn't mean it's 9 letters. It could be 3 letters. It's just less than 10.
Oh, heck. Let's stop with the torture. I'm going to say Finland.
Finland? That is incorrect. This is Yemen. Wow. Can you kind of see it? No?
Yeah.
I thought you might guess Somalia actually first.
Wow. I just thought that anywhere near the Horn of Africa like that or near the southern Arabian Peninsula would have some vegetation. I'm just shocked that there's apparently none.
So when you said, you spoke earlier of desert meeting water, that's literally what's happening here.
That's describing it.
And that is Yemen. So
holy smokes.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm really blown away by that. Yemen.
Yeah, and this was the most difficult one in here on purpose. I did not expect you to get this one right.
Boy, that's very impressive.
Number 7.
Oh, that's great help.
This is a tough one too, but I can provide a hint, and I'm obviously going to need to give you a hint for this one because this could be 1,000 places.
So that's either one lane of traffic or like one direction of traffic, but I don't see a yellow line.
I think it's 2.
Yeah. So we have cars driving on the traditional side if we're in North America and most of Europe. That particular car looks like a...
That particular car is a Kia Sportage. Last gen.
Thanks for that.
Or last gen.
Mountains way in the distance over there. Good visibility. Some hills. But then you go way back on that far right. There's some mountains way, way back there. right up there. Yeah.
I don't see any snow from.
No snow on the top of those mountains. So we're talking southern, or at least temperate at this time of year.
I can give you a hint if you'd like.
I would.
This is not Canada. This is not the United States. This is not Mexico. This is not North America.
Okay.
That explains your middle color line.
Yep. Now, I had a guess of Chile. I think one of the first videos we did in this series.
Hey, you got that right, didn't you?
And I got it right, and I think the road looked a lot the same. At least the painting, the line markings on the road looked a lot the same. Paved road.
I can tell you this.
Okay.
If you were to tell me the name of the country and then show me this picture, I would not believe you. I would not describe this country as that. But then again, I don't know a lot about this country, but I would not describe it as that.
Really?
Yeah.
Because you would think it would be more tropical, perhaps, or more
Perhaps.
more vegetation filled.
Perhaps.
Perhaps. All right. Well, that's helpful.
Regardless, it's beautiful.
It is.
It looks like an awesome place.
It
I'd
is.
love to visit.
I'm going to say Nicaragua.
Oh, you're so close. It's Argentina.
Well, physically, I'm not that close.
No, but I mean, like, you're...
Yeah.
Dang.
It was in my head. It was one of the candidates in
But
my
would
head.
you describe Argentina like that? Like, I looked around...
I would believe it. I wouldn't be like you, like, I can't believe that.
There's only, like, one section that looks like this in Argentina. It's in a national park somewhere between, like, mountain ranges.
And you managed to find it.
And,
Thank you.
And I like to go into parks because it's not the typical...
Yeah. Well, I remember from school, Argentina having a place, or an area called the Pampas, which was a field or like large plains of vegetation. And
Maybe that's what it
that
was.
wouldn't be too unlike that, although I wouldn't be used to seeing mountains around that. But it could be. Yeah, but I'm not shocked that
Cool.
that's Argentina. So, yeah.
All right. It's not just you that learns stuff for these videos. It's me, too.
I tell you.
Number 8.
Oh. Well, how interesting is that?
A little untypical here for...
Yeah. So we've got a Ferris wheel. We've got some fun going on.
I can provide zoomage as well, if you'd
Yes,
like.
I'd like to have some of that
Some
zooming.
science down here. This says gourmet grill.
Uh-huh.
That says street food something.
All right. So it could be like one of these rib fest things that we see cropping up all over North America.
See some buildings in the back.
Got some
churches. Maybe.
We have an amphitheater, outdoor theater of some kind. We've got some older, traditional-looking buildings and some cranes building new buildings in the deep, dark background.
Maybe a clock tower or something there.
Yeah, we have people in the foreground. We have an obelisk. Let's go up that obelisk a little bit. That looks a little old, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's interesting. And what are these? What's this, like a track area with all these?
I'm not sure.
Is that a...
I'm not sure what that is. It looks almost like they have it clear to drive. I see like a little yellow line there. And
Yeah.
not sure.
Well, how interesting is that? But it has that very Texas, North American kind of look to it, but the rest of the buildings and terrain don't lend themselves to that.
That is a good observation.
Yeah. But those grills, that rib thing, that could be anywhere in North America, or maybe outside of North America now. Ferris wheel looks like a temporary setup. Some sort of festival going on. There's some dumpsters there. It looks very North American, but that could just be a takeaway, because the buildings in the background don't look North American necessarily. That obelisk is driving me crazy. There's one of those in Central Park in New York City, and it came from
There is?
Egypt. Came from Egypt, yeah. I'm going to say England.
You are very, very close. It's Scotland.
Oh, man.
You're so close.
So if I'd said the United Kingdom, I would have been right.
You would have. Darn.
Wow.
Yeah. I can't remember where in Scotland this was, but
Well,
All right.
I feel not too bad about that. I'll take it.
Number 9.
Oh my goodness. Is that another obelisk? Can we get some zooms? Zoom,
That
zoom?
is just a
Oh, it's a tower with looks almost like
a watchtower. Almost.
yeah,
Prison watchtower or something.
That's interesting. That could be a prison, actually. I wonder if it isn't.
Looks like there might be some walls and stuff here.
Yeah,
Too. Could be.
It could be a prison. Radio towers. Looks like new construction there. I would say they're not finished.
Some yachts.
Yeah. Oh. Very interesting rocky terrain.
Yeah, and some like
Yeah.
some pretty awesome houses and stuff along there.
A beautiful place that believes in law and order. I'm not going to waste a lot of time on this. I have a feeling, and I think I'll just beat around the bush and just waste people's time if I don't just come out with it.
All right.
South Africa.
Oh, that's actually a pretty good guess. It's not South Africa, and it's not anywhere near South Africa.
Oh, so
but
why
I
is
can
it a good
totally
guess?
see. It's like that's so, like if you
Yeah.
showed me a picture of that and said this is South Africa, I'd be like, sure it is.
Yeah.
Totally. It's Mexico.
Is it?
Yeah, it's Mexico. Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
Huh.
I'm not sure if that's the place that believes in law and order, but
Well,
maybe recently they've been pretty.
yeah, they believe in it as a concept.
They've been going hard recently on drugs and stuff.
Yeah.
They've got.
Some parts of Mexico, though, are still very, very
Oh,
dangerous.
yeah. Number 10, the last one.
Oh. Wow.
A lot of questions here.
A lot of questions. I'm thinking Northern Europe. That's just my preliminary thoughts.
Okay.
I'm thinking Scandinavia, maybe. Let's look at these vehicles.
That's a
yeah.
Chrysler. Oh
That's
no,
a-
that's a Bentley. I thought it was a Chrysler 300 at first.
yeah.
But it's not. I think it's a Bentley. I don't know what that is. That looks like a Honda CR-V, but it's not. The front's different. I don't know what that is.
So what's that round piece in the middle that looks almost like the the outside of a water slide kind of thing?
I think it's a roller coaster.
Oh,
yeah, and then this part. you get
oh,
the
it's
side-
that's a luge track, luge or bobsled.
Oh, you're right. It is.
That's what that is.
Yeah, you're right.
Now,
Now we're talking.
now we're talking. It's got to be mountainous in a way to have that kind of vertical.
And I didn't go looking for this. I randomly found this. Like just completely random. If you hover over the little dude, it shows you all the street things, but then it shows you little dots of where people have taken 360 pictures.
Yeah.
And I just like there's thousands of these dots. Just randomly selected this dot, and I'm looking at this thing. I'm like, this is amazing.
What is that?
So
I'm going to say Germany.
you're pretty close actually. It's Latvia.
Oh.
So I mean you're not like right next door, but you're
Well,
in the
actually,
same.
Latvia, ethnically, Latvia and Germany are very closely connected.
Ah.
There are German speakers in Latvia. I went to school with a girl from Latvia, and her last name was Kralus, Kralus, which is very similar to how the Germans would have that same name. So, yeah, so
Cool.
Latvia, I'll take that. I
hard.
won't take it as Germany, but yeah, I never would have guessed it. Not in a million years.
This
would
was
I.
a really, really hard one.
It was enjoyable. I like that.
So yeah, some really questionable photos with some questionable hints, like obelisks and all kinds of things
Yeah.
to make you think.
Mhm.
So I do not have any prepared after this. So I'll have to. Is there anything you'd like? Did you like the city version?
I
do you wanna
really
see,
like.
What airport is this, or what lake is this, or
I would love the airport. If you could get views of airports,
Sure.
and some of them would be giveaways, I guess. You'd have to be very careful and selective there.
Mhm.
I like the city idea, so I have more to go on. It's not that I want them to be easier necessarily, but I want them to have more clues than just like when you show me a road in the middle of nowhere, I have an initial impression, and there's not really much more I can add
Right.
in my thinking to that. Whereas if I see a cityscape, I can drill down a little bit in various corners and say, well, why is there a shoe shine man on the corner? This is a city where people like shiny shoes. Well, that must be Milan. I don't know. Just I can do more with
right,
that.
sounds good.
More thinking. But well, whatever you bring, they're always fun. I've enjoyed every single one of these.
good news?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I like to hear that. I hope you guys enjoyed it, like we do, because we love doing this. So leave your comments down below. Tell us how you did. Like I said, this is a really tough one, so I don't suspect that anyone's going to get 10 out of 10, but there'll be a few people who do pretty good, I think. But anyways, let me know how you did. Hope you're having a good day. Subscribe if you're new, please. And like this video if you did like it, and we'll see you in the next one coming in hopefully a couple days.
Yeah.
Adios.